Welcome back, everybody, to more Mega Man Battle Network. We are in the pipes right now, the waterworks area, and we are going to hopefully get through this some point in the next episode or two. One of the annoying parts about the waterworks is that I do have to go through the waterworks, and then they'll force me out of the waterworks, and then I have to come back into it because of a plot point, but you'll see. In the meantime, when we make our way through the waterworks, these guys fucking annoy the shit out of me. Trying to think of something to talk about. You know, this up right now is gonna be the boss battle here, so well, not this one, but the next one will be the boss battle, I think. But it's a little bit of a misdirection because they're enemies you haven't fought yet, but you're gonna fight them again later on in the game. But they make them appear like they are boss enemies that you just happen to be taking out. So I also really hate Number Man, so I'm going to be taking him out here soon. At least Number Man 1 only does 10 times the damage. So this is the boss battle, quote unquote. I'm going to attempt to use Stone Man, take a chunk out of these guys' health. Hopefully, if I'm super lucky, he'll take them out on their first hit. So nothing there. Nope. Nope. Didn't hit any of them. Blows. Yep. So basically they're just going to launch these little ice cube blocks, and every time they hit an ice cube block, it just negates the other one that's there. So I'm just going to be dodging up and down for the most part to get through this. And then we're going to hopefully remove the lower health one first, and then Fireman can only do 100% or 100 damage here, so he's not gonna completely overpower this, but it'll be enough to, well, targeted the right guys, that is. So close to being dead. So we'll be fixing the cannon problem here soon as well by getting rid of our regular cannons and replacing them with whatever you want to call them, medium cannons. Alright, that was sloppy. I think that was the virus causing the water bug. Pretty easy, huh? I'll send you a fire shot. Melt the ice on the pump. Apply, program, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, I'm done here. Come on back to town. We'll see how the water is. I don't want to go back to town. I want to go... So this is all part of the plot. I have to leave here and go back to Dentown. And then once I'm in Dentown, it allows me to unlock another thing that I need to progress the storyline. If you don't do it, you don't progress. A little annoying that I have to backtrack and then go back to the waterworks, but whatever. Check out the school pond. Yep, that's a cutscene. Turns out the school pond is still fucking gross. There's water, but it looks like really nasty. Alright, you're walking not in a straight line. Water, need water. Water, must drink. No, you don't need to drink that, that's gross. Ugh. Gulp, 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 yuck. Are you okay? Land, beep, beep, beep. You've done it now. Claude! People are drinking the polluted water everywhere. The real problem was in the water filtration program. It's all your fault. Just stay out of this my way, okay? Made a mistake. It's not your fault, Mega Man. Let's go back. But, can't give up. Now we might have fixed the problem. We're good guys, after all. That guy's also dead. We got mail. Email. And news. Read the mail. Hard times getting worse as people faint from lack of water. Remember, don't drink tamed water. If the water smells bad, don't drink it. Common sense stuff. Oh, I've done this. Gave my kids some tap water, but it was polluted. What do we do to deserve this? Mommy, my tummy hurts. No shit. Yeah, please. So are you looking for the kid who was kidnapped? I forgot to mention his last name was Freud. And it looks like the WWW is involved, so good luck. That's the name of the guy at the waterworks. That means the WW took Freud's son and making him bug the water program. Things are starting to make sense. Couldn't have told me sooner. If we'd saved his son, maybe Dr. Freud would stop the bug. Right, good idea. Take a look at our email. I guess. Where would they put his son? Yeah, so we have to find his son in order to unlock the rest of the mission, because he has a program I need to progress. Hey, kid. Ow. You're that land fella. You're Freud, are you okay? Thanks, we gotta stop my dad from helping the WWW. You're right. Got it. Leave it to me. This a program my dad used at work. It might help. Again, got the handle program. Thanks. Tell my dad I'm fine, okay? Message. Roger, roger. Alright, let's go. Now we can go back to the lab. Now my ticket, okay. So we needed to find him first because he gives me the handle program. Handle program allows me to get to the second half of the waterwork. So you can't accidentally run into Floyd's dad without first rescuing Floyd, because he's, you know, barely captured. And without the handle program, I can't turn off the water that allows me to progress to the other half of the waterworks, like I said. Now that we've got the handle program, we can turn off the water and progress. Wee. That way? Ah, great. Making me redo the puzzle again. Man, you're so worthless. Yes, Numberman's very worthless. That was also a waste. Numberman, like I said, he only does 10 times the number he rolls, so it's a maximum of 60 damage. Whereas Fireman 1 starts out with 100 flat. The only problem with Fireman is you gotta get them all lined up for it to work. So sort of like Guts Man. Numberman, you should do more damage than just one 60 damage. It's such a bullshit amount of damage. But it does the whole thing, so maybe I shouldn't complain. Unfortunately, it's random. occurrence, so I can do 60 damage this time. Next time it could be 10 damage to everybody, so I don't like that. Too much luck. Upwards of 60 damage. At that time he dealt 30 damage, so not terrible, but at the same time, like, you know, again, you're rolling the dice. Can't remember if Number Man's better as he gets stronger. Like, for instance, he does like I don't remember what Number Man 2 and 3 does, but I'm guessing it probably does like 20 and then maybe 30 damage times whatever number he rolls. So what, 30 and 6 would be what, 120 damage roughly. And it's not bad, but no, it'd be 180 damage. Chris, you gotta do your math. Basic math. But, you know, on the low roll, you would only be doing 30 damage instead of 10. So, not super great when you roll low, great when you roll high. Versus like a fireman or a gutsman that can, you know, level 3 chip does what, flat 100 to everybody. Yes, I could go this way, around the corner. And then I'll have to put the faucet handle on. Yep, that was a waste. Die, 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 die. I know you guys are super interested about where I'm at in the Bible, because I've been updating randomly as to where I'm at. Haven't done anything too noteworthy. I'm up to Psalms now, but sort of when I got to Psalms, kind of hit the brakes a little bit because, you know, unlike some of the other books, it's a poetic book, I guess. So someone claimed on the History Channel, you know, where history is history, they claim that if you take these different psalms, I know this isn't true because you could do this with anything, but take the different psalms and you start in 1900 and you take a look at each psalm starting with 1901, it corresponds to a particular year. Alright, so I cut out some stuff there because I actually wandered back to the wrong section of the waterworks, so I wanted to make sure that we you didn't have to sit through me wandering back through the waterworks and fighting 10 bajillion guys. But that'll be useful for later because I've collected a lot of Zenny from doing that. So not a ton, obviously, because I'm only getting about 200 or so per battle. Maybe less if I do poorly. There'll be a couple more cuts coming up here because this area was not my favorite area. Just because, well, I don't know if upcoming areas are as straightforward. I know there's probably another one that I can think of right off the top of my head that is definitely not as straightforward as even this, but I don't know, this area always gives me like the I want to get the fuck out of here quickly as I can because it's annoying. So like I said, I've gotten to Psalms. Psalms isn't too terribly long, it's about 100 pages or so, made up of 105 or no, 150 different psalms. Well, 140. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's 150, I'm sorry. Psalms, and they range anywhere between very short, very long, which isn't bad. It's a lot of it's sort of, I'm sorry for what I've done, praise the Lord, the range of man's existence, God, I guess, where, he or she tries to do things on his own, and then, is humbled by the fact that they can't live without God, or stuff starts going bad and they try to return to God's favor. So, but like I said, I've been trying to take my time as I go through it because, like I said, it's more of a poetic book, so, trying to get more than just the and then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. And I kind of understand in some ways, like, Bible's a weird thing, because, as I think I've said before, on the one hand, it's very, okay, this is very Bronze Agey, and at the same time, there are certain things that are relevant today, and the farther I get closer to, the closer I get to the New Testament, the better. Alright, that was just a cut for me to take a break, and then I came back. Roll. Hooray. Hooray, hooray. Bubbler. Go down. Down some more, I guess. That's a dead end. Oh, curious. That'll do. Guess this is just a drop-off area then. Great. You guys are fucking obnoxious, aren't they? And as I'm going to discover for the 15th time... No! Urgh. Can't do that. They're too fast for the cannon. So, like, yeah, I might as well just throw all these cannons in the garbage. At least for this battle, anyways. And I'm trying to bait him into getting one of those, so... I should probably balance my chips out a little bit better than I have, because these guys are a bit of a foil for me, other than when they come up close and I'm able to sword or cannon them. I need something that's more like one of those, like the little mouse guy that I have, or for instance, say like a bomb that blows up in a crossfire. I killed him. Still saying the same shit though. Very hard to break a habit. Oh, sweet. See? Diagonals. All about the diagonals. Ratons. You, and you. We're gonna run into more. So this is where the Raton would come in super handy. And we're actually going to make use of it here in a second. So I just have to throw it out and not get in the way of his line of sight. Toddler P. Alright, we're gonna turn on the water. Water started flowing. We're gonna turn off the water. Water stopped flowing. Now I have a path. That's the one thing I didn't want to do. Sorry, you don't get a chance to heal. No. That was a good combo. If I had waited a second longer, he would have interrupted me. And, healed himself. I didn't even move that time. How good I am at this game, I don't even need to move. When I do move, I just fall off. Let's go around. I can't afford any of that stuff. Great. Arrow A. Okay. Quickly save here because I don't know what's on the other side of this. And let's do something real quick here. We're just gonna take a look at our stuff real quick. There's a lot of stuff here that I should consider putting in. Frost Bomb being one of them. Just because it'll give me more options to take out the healing ghost guys. Dash won't do me any good. Scry Arrow's okay. Steel would be good to add. Time Bomb would be okay as long as I don't run into anything. And then since I'm in a water area, anything electric is going to be good. So I'm not a big fan of these rope bits, whatever they call them. Rome bits. Like a Roomba, but with ROM. They're fine and everything. It's just if they take damage, they break, and then it defeats the purpose of having one on that side. So, you know, they're great, but they're at the same time they're highly dependent on what enemies you're running into. Didn't actually want to escape. I wanted that one. Let's go through here. Looks like we still got a little bit more to go. Go through a hole, find a path, melt the ice, create another. So he's giving me a hint on how to beat this puzzle. But I don't remember the puzzle, so I'm gonna have to brute force it a bit. So that's a water sword. Fireman will take half off. I'll get rid of 1.5 guys. Yeah. There's a... I don't know if a uniquely American thought this is, but I know it's a little different other countries, Japan being an example that I can think of off the top of my head, but like, what's the purpose? Oh boy, I'm doing stinky here. Hope I don't die. So like, okay, so things in America that are stressed in the education system largely have to do with STEM, which is science, engineering, mathematics, science, technology, engineering, math, and they all of those subjects are heavily math-based. So, technology, science, they're all derivatives of mathematics. Now, obviously, there's a little bit more to science in some ways than just strictly math, but in a lot of cases, even the stuff that's farther away from, say strictly mathematics has basis in, the root mathematics, which is, you have, say you have biology, okay? So you can see why I hate those robot things. They take too long. You have to like literally put the guy up in the corner in order for it to do initial damage. But getting back to the point, so like I said, America stresses this science, engineering, mathematics, technology because they're all money producing. What good does math serve? Well, math serves it, at a very basic point, to do, accounting stuff, and then a step up from that, you need it for engineering stuff, like calculating, length, the amount of, ohms, something it can take, and, it gets more complicated, obviously. And as I was trying to make the point of, even you can get away from math in a way, certain subjects, like biology being one of them, but ultimately biology comes back to, in many cases, chemistry. And chemistry is, of course, mathematics principle, or physics, which is just the math of the way things are. Put a ball in motion. Can you calculate it? If you have enough data, yeah, you can calculate it. Are you gonna get that data? Not to the point where you get perfect physics, because nothing exists in a vacuum, and then you start factoring things like barometric pressures and such, and throws off chemistry and physics. So nothing again exists in a vacuum, so you get into that thing where you have to try to take all of these different factors into consideration. But those are important because they help to further the medical field. They help to further the technology field. They help to further advancements in society, physical advancements, making roads better, making healthcare better, making all that fun stuff better. But the bottom line is people need these things. Well, they kind of need these things, okay, is what I should say, because on the one hand, you don't have to have medicine, but having medicine is great, because that allows you to continue to live. And then in turn, you can charge people for that. It's a service that you can charge for them. Whereas if I'm a writer, anyone can write, and so the question becomes, is stuff outside of mathematics, whether that be engineering, outside of mathematics and science, and their derivatives like engineering and technology, important? Should children at any level be, should any children at that level be exposed to it? And should they have poetry? Should they have to do reading? Obviously it's important kids to read, but once they have sort of a basic understanding of the language and they're literate, it doesn't matter if they're reading you know, Emily Dickinson, or they're reading, you know, the Boxcar Children. You know, they kind of, they don't do the same thing, but they have that in terms of how much does this value capitalism? It doesn't. So just something to think about.